Yep. Shout out to Mad Bitter Truth, Bomb, and all that, more fire. I do remember that back in the day, there used to be like, in the neighborhoods and stuff like that, quote unquote small business. There was like number runners, and if you watch like Godfather Harlem or some of those older, reflections on what people were doing back in the day, they had like number running systems, car gambling systems. So gambling has obviously been around, for a minute. It's energy behind gambling. It's playing. It's competition. It's trickery. It's a form of magic. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into gambling. Within itself. But what happened was corporationally, they took away the energy of small time gambling. They made it big time with the mob and all of that. If you watch Casino with Sam Rothstein, the Jew, and then Nicky Santoro, I believe, Joe Pesci and all of that, and how they, showed it was from the mob, but it was really from something, totally different, as the mob were the patsies for the situation. And then the corporations came in and took it over, and then now gambling is legal in certain states, similar with Ozark. Gambling is legal in certain kind of capacities, but it's not legal. If we want to create a system of like gaming, it has to be done with heavy legislation and heavy connection to those that are already connected to governmental agencies and so on and so forth. And that's done by design, because in God we trust. In God they trust. That's their money. So if you're not connected to their God, then you ain't going to be connected to their money in a way that's monumentally abundant, which is the paradox of this world that we live in. Because I saw a video today that was talking about the other day that was like, if you're going to do anything that you want to do, it starts with money. If you're going to do anything you want to do, it starts. So this is Diddy. Anything you want to do is money. You got to have money. You want to change the world, you got to have money. You want to do this, you got to have money. You want to create this, that, and third, and that's not 100%. You want to do anything, it takes intention. You want to do anything, it takes, it takes your mind, it takes concerted effort, it takes coordination, it takes, manifestation, it takes life to do stuff, not money. Money is obviously a tool that's here on this reality, in this realm. But it's not the only thing to get things done, and this is where we get lost, in the moon, in the reincarnating cycles of the moon and money and all of that. So that's not necessarily, it's like true, but it's a half truth. Because you do need money to run around and do stuff, obviously. But if you have resources, then you can generate as much money as you need, more money than you need. And to that time, I think J.P. Morgan, one of them, was like, somebody, I forgot, one of them, look up the quote, but it was saying, I don't care about the laws of a nation, just give me control of the money system. The system of money. And when you have a system of money under your control, you control the people, because you control the currency of the money, whether it be cattle, gold, silver, stocks, bonds, people, slaves, cotton, herbs, air, water. If you control the resources of the people, and then fiat dollars, as in paper, and going into digital currency, if you're able to control that, then you control the people. So yeah, you do need money to do stuff, but money is an energy, more importantly, and it's energy that's within all of us, that flows as a reflection through all of us, similar to how moonlight flows through all of us. So with that being said, the gods of the time, well, first of all, honor and respect to everybody listening. We truly appreciate it, on this Friday, Venus Day, to say it's the day of love. So let's tap in Raw Radio. The gods of the time are always symbolized within the currency that humans use. And like I said, if we use gold, then there was gold gods. If we use cattle and sheep, then there was horn gods. If we use digital stuff, which we're going into now, then there's digital gods, Elon Musk and shit like that, representations of it. And then if we use gods of paper, and the god is on paper, it's within the system of paper, it's paper money, and all of that, and it's always been happening like that. So the new version of gods being ushered in, they're digital. As you can see, digital gods. The transformational, i.e. the information of the trans age, the transformational age, and that's being inverted in this world with the trans LGBTQ whatever situation. So you'll see a lot of that energy coming in, because that's energy being prefaced to bring in transformation. You could do transformation through other ways. It doesn't have to be like trans in the version of an inverted transsexual, but that's what they're using. This is the world that we're in. Metaversal, shit like that. So instead of metaphysical, metaversal. So they're going beyond the universe, beyond the verse, to create their own verse. And back in the day, or people were like, oh, yo, the universe this, the universe that, and how we look to humans are looking to the universe for certain levels of reflection, like replacing God with the universe, so to speak. The universe showed me, the universe did this, universe did that. Is some of that, all of that may be true, but our children in the new age, the young pups coming up, are going to look at the metaverse as a sign similar to how we look at the universe. Because as we was raised, or as we may know, what I'm saying, this is all a simulation anyway. And what's the metaverse? A simulation. So once they get, once the plan is for the chips getting their brain and all that type of stuff starts to happen, then they'll be speaking on the metaphysical, metaversal conversations in an occult way, in an esoteric way, the similar way that we're discussing the universe now as being this cosmic, mystical, situation, metaversal. So all this is being done, cleverly done, with the support of AI, which is artificial intelligence. So that's why the transformation in the trans shit and all this shit and the digital stuff, it's all fake. Cryptocurrency has a big deal to do with this, which is building upon the energy of necromancy, crypto, So all this stuff is all like designed as a wave of system of the cosmic clock of the energies that this world, this reality decides to use to program its inhabitants. The same way that somebody who owns a GMO farm will program their cattle or program their water. They don't give a fuck about the water they give them. It could be tap water, or people who breed horses. They don't care about, they just care about certain things. They want the horse to be strong, so they may give horses testosterone or human growth hormone growth, like, which could destroy the horse over time. But as long as they get what they get out of it for the short run of the horses in the stable, so that the controllers of the horses can be stable, then that's what is that's artificial. That's not natural. So AI is being ushered in, is supporting ushering in these things, like, at a very consistent way. Very, very consistent. You'll see AI all over the place now. Because AI is a bunch of things, but it's artificial. And that intelligence is going to be seen as supreme intelligence, when in actuality, supreme intelligence is real, not artificial. But it is an art, It's a fiction, so it gets spicy in the words, because artificial is an art form. And art forms are true to the imagination of the person. So it's real, but it's tricky. It's just discernment is important. The more we connect with ourselves and are able to study certain things, the discernment becomes necessary. So AI, boom. So all humans have also been trained to use systems without a care in the world as to how these systems work. You can use all these systems, your car, where you going. Like, people don't know, they just put the GPS on and go. They could be driven through the land of fire, lakes of hell, but as long as GPS tells them to make a left here, make a right in 200 feet, that's where they're going. So humans we just don't care anymore about how things work. It's just presented to us. Nobody cares about how Instagram or TikTok and the operations or the agreements that we make when we're running these systems. We just wanted to turn on and start twerking, start dancing, and start doing whatever everybody else is doing or we're being led to do. So we care less about how the systems work. And this is being studied, by the way. Like, the psychology and how this is working is being studied to see when and how to deploy these different agendas and stuff like that. So much less of how it will impact us or impact humans over time. And for example, does anybody know how the systems of the body work within the vessel that we have now, which is the body? Intercommunicatory system, the skeletal system, the nervous system, the respiratory. Like, we're not even being trained in kindergarten, so to speak. Kindergarten is a fucked up word too, but in these preschools and schools or whatever, to know how these systems work. And now you got a nervous system, you have a cerebellum, you got a respiratory system which does your breath, you have a skeletal system, a digestive system, and these systems work in order to do X, Y, and Z for you. So when you eat, you're not just eating that chip or that shit that you're eating. There's a whole process that's like, all right, boom, boom, boom. Let's honor that process of digestion. Let's honor that process of endocrine from the heart. Let's honor the process of nervous system, which connects throughout the entire body, the meridians. Let's honor these systems. We're not being taught that. We don't even know what the systems do with them. We don't honor that. So of course it's going to be easy to make this artificial and easy to put different forms of art and fiction around us and legal fiction and shit like that, because we don't care about what's real on the inside. As within, so without. So if we don't care about, if we're trained to not care about what's real on the inside, then we're only going to reflect that more and more in this world that we live in, because the world is set up as traps for us to fall into layers and levels of artificial shit, GMO shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but we don't know how the intercommunicatory system works or the skeletal system works. We damn sure know the top athletes at the time and all their accolades and shit like that. We know that. We know who the GOATs are. We know who the best, what their stats were. This one did this and that. So of course, it makes all the sense in the world to provide platforms where humans place their currency in the belief of athletes via gambling. I'll say that again. It makes sense to provide platforms, gambling platforms, where humans place their currency in the belief of athletes. Because humans are already believing in these athletes as like gods or demigods anyway. The same way they believe that Hercules was a demigod, half son of Zeus, and all of that. So the gods, the demigods or the puppets or the athletes are controlled by the larger scale players that are also controlled by, you know, different forces and shit like that. But when it breaks down to this life, people have a belief in athletes, and belief is the faith that is that moves the currency, that moves the energy of the people. So nobody cares that they feel like, all right, this athlete is going to score this many points, or this pitcher is going to, you know, pitch this, or this pitcher is going to have this shutout, or this money line for these group of athletes, and like they're placing our belief in the athletes. This is what we're doing. This is how the systems work. So I'm just studying these systems and seeing like, all right, this is how these systems work. Move in without them as you choose to, but know how the system works, man. Like, know what the fuck you're doing, what you're jumping into, as opposed to just doing it thinking that you're actually gonna win the lottery. Now, even the number systems in the gaming systems back in the 70s, 60s, and all of that, you know, people used to run. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The elders used to run, so to speak, back in the day. Harlem Nights and all that. Those was rigged. So when people could hit the number, they knew, all right, let somebody hit the number this week, or this person hit the number. But other than that, it was rigged. And that was a small control of a system, of a small, you know, neighborhood or, you know, a system around the way type of shit. So they just put that system into the lottery and said, nah, y'all can't do that no more. We're going to take that and put that into the lottery. Or now gambling. So since most don't care about how the systems work or the intentions of the system, which is just siphon off energy of humans. It's just siphoning off energy of humans, eating us minute by minute, order by order, like I said in the Order Borders video. So people don't even care that people know that the system is rigged and controlled. Like there's so many videos, there's so much research, there's so much data that shows that referees and stuff that have said like, yo, this game, like it's clear that this shit is rigged and controlled. And niggas is still gambling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even in systems that work, like, all right, well, you could bet on the money line, you only win a little bit, or you could bet on, I forgot how it worked. You could bet on a consistent system that works over time, and just keep betting on the favorites, the winners, the ones who's supposed to win, not the underdogs, but the ones who's supposed to win, and then you can make a little bit of money, but over time it's like it's a stable investment. Even that, they have a way to break that now with the algorithms and data, and that's why data was so important. It's like, it's systems. So people know the systems are rigged, and they're still putting their money in this. If you want to flip your money, like, there's ways to do it that are more on the way that's more helpful. You know what I'm saying? I don't say more helpful, but you know what I'm saying? At least you know what you're doing. And you're playing the game and knowing all of the rules. You're playing Monopoly and you know that, you know what I'm saying, there's certain rules when you play Monopoly. There's certain ways to play chess. There's certain ways to play backgammon. There's certain ways to play pool. If you want to engage in that game, who am I to tell you not to? But know that the green is the earth and the black and the white is what is being utilized amongst the full spectrum of the colors. Like Martin said on Boomerang, in when you playing pool. Or if you know what I'm saying, like, these games, these systems have orientations and things, that intentions that are already there. So since we are hyperdimensional and quantum and all of that, you can utilize our current gifts and talents to benefit. Don't think you're going to necessarily beat the system, so to speak. The system that we're in overall in this world is already siphoning our energy as soon as we get here with the birth certificates and all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's like from the language. So all of that is already built in. So it's waves. It's waves of cycles of reiterations of fun. of fun. You know what I'm saying? Of another being's dream that we're living in, i.e. the American dream, if you live in America, so to speak. But anyway, so the system is rigged and controlled. People still gamble. All right, whatever. And then to that effect, it worked with Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? With Wall Street, people invest. You know what I'm saying? People, they crashed that market back and forth, and I believe the statistics or the numbers are that there's 1% of people that entities or whatever that control 51% of the investing market. So at any point in time, you know what I'm saying, it could be crashed, or it could be pushed up, or it could be utilized in whatever version that they see fit for that system of finance. And I'm a finance major, going to school, so I understand, or I don't understand. Well, I understand finance from a different perspective now. It's finite, it's to be counted, it's to be utilized amongst many things. But, you know what I'm saying, I use that in many different ways. But the system of finance with all the numbers and MSNBC and invested in this and these products and commodities and all that shit is all smokescreen. That's all matrix code. That's all, like, you know what I'm saying? That's some other shit. Finance is within financial, it's being finite within yourself. It's counting on yourself. Everything is always coming back to as within. So if you're able to do these things within yourself, and then you apply that energy and direct that energy into what is closer to, your purpose, so to speak, or, what your powers are, what you're natively gifted with, and so on and so forth, then you're able to do these things in a way that is, purposeful for you. And you don't have to go to work for a system that is deconstructing you and your family or whatever you feel that you need to do. You're going to work because you have a specific mission. It's like a mission. Like my man, he's like, he goes on missions. He does things as a mission. Like you play video games, you go on missions. And you know what I'm saying? One of my close brothers, he goes on missions. He's like, I'm sending myself on this mission. I'm going here for 6 months and I'm doing this mission. It could be a mission of healing. It could be a mission of exploration. It could be a mission of building. And things work themselves out because he puts himself on the path of going on missions. And then how did they build their religion? Through missionary. You know what I'm saying? So how does people get here? Through missionary sexual orientation, so to speak. Missions. You know what I'm saying? So the mission, what's your mission statement in business? So this is why all this shit works. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we're not on our own missions. We go on other people's missions. We go on Fortnite's missions and every other mission that they send us on. But what is the mission from within? And why you think there's always investment gurus being marketed to the people? Now, especially now, Wall Street this and this investment that. Like, there's so many, you know what I'm saying? Because they want your heart. They want what's in your vest. They want your currency. You're not on your mission. You're on the mission of Tesla and whatever the fuck, Microsoft, and whatever they're telling you to invest in then. You know what I'm saying? And all these, I'm not saying don't invest. I'm just saying, like, be aware of the system that you're in, fam. That's why they put in investment gurus next to you. You know what I'm saying? Boom, invest in this, now invest in that. Build up this personal system. Don't start your own. Start this, start that, do this. Investments. And you know what I'm saying? In reality, the best version of investment is an honest, deeper, more connection with our heart. The best version of investment is an honest, deeper, more expansive connection with our heart. I'll say it again. The best version of investment is an honest, deeper, more expansive connection with our heart. In the vest is our heart. The heart is our most powerful mind. Investment. So within the investments, it is phenomenal to step into your heart. It's that the heart provides more neurological stimuli, more brain-mind, so to speak, conversation to the brain than the otherwise. We think from our brain, but the heart is, you know what I'm saying, our most powerful mind. So that's why investments are important. Gambling derives from taken away from our investments, because the more we gamble, that's an investment, but it's like a risky one. It's not really based upon anything outside, unless you unless you cheating, unless you doing what they doing on, unless you own the casino, unless you own the heart, unless you own the investment that's being doled out. You can eat off the top, like they did in casino when my man walked through and skimmed off the top. You can eat off of what everybody else is. You know what I'm saying? You can eat, but investments truly come from the heart. It's in our vest. You know what I'm saying? That's the mental that's in our vest. So everything breaks down after that. And you can utilize investments to your benefit, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the money and stuff like that. But it's truly when we're able to walk into our heart. So on this Venus day, I choose to, you know what I'm saying, stay wonderfully connected to my heart. And through the heart, I'm connected to the earth. The heart is the earth as well, so to speak. Same anagram, same letters. She cares for us all. That's where our abundance comes from. So everything don't start from money, fam. Like, everything starts from when you start breathing it and taking in the air, so on and so forth. So step into your heart, be connected to your heart. Know that it is a powerful mind, and don't let your heart be inverted or perverted or converted. Use your heart for your own personal vortex to bring in the energies that resonate with our purpose, with your purpose. And my purpose is for healing, wealth, and supreme spirituality. All these things are done within and by design of me, my design. Everybody who resonates with this, much honor and respect. Everybody who's listening, much honor and respect. May you all have investments that are true to you. Raw Radio.